right, Andrew. Obviously, the NHL season for you didn't go the way that you were expecting. The Calgary Flames season didn't go the way you were hoping or expecting. So take us through what it was like. I mean, you go through all the protocols of the year. It's a shortened season. There's challenges with that in the National Hockey League. Then you get the call at the end of the year from either Roberto Luongo or Scotty Salmon, Hockey Canada in general, saying, man, we need you to come to Latvia. Was there any hesitation, given the fact that it's always a privilege and an honor to play for your country?
Yeah, no, that was I kind of jumped right at the bit when I heard that. Obviously, I wanted to kind of know some what the restrictions and all the information and everything like that. But yeah, once I heard that they kind of wanted me, it was I kind of had to go, right. It was one of your dreams growing up. Obviously, one is to win the Stanley Cup, the other one is to win a gold medal, and this was kind of my opportunity, and to go there and represent Team Canada, it was an honor, and it was just an amazing tournament, an amazing feeling, and it was just awesome putting on that jersey for the first time.
There's some great stories of guys that had to scramble over there, get their gear, zip over there, end up in quarantine. Now you were late, so yeah. were you on your own, or did you have support?
No, I actually went over with Connor Mackey because he was on the States team, so that was good. I think good thing I had someone else. I would have probably got lost in Frankfurt airport there. But yeah, and then once you got to the place, you're stuck in your room for 3 days, and they brought you your food, you got tested, and that was about it. That was all you were doing for the first couple of days.
Now, you didn't have to land in like Moscow or anything like that?
No, I went from Calgary to Montreal to Frankfurt, and then Frankfurt to Latvia.
So see, that's not bad. If you get into a Russian airport, man, Dregs has traveled with me, Andrew. I get lost like in my backyard.
Like as soon as you said you were traveling with somebody, Andrew, instantly I'm thinking of Ray, and I'm thinking of Gord Miller or me or someone. I mean, Ray would fly from Vancouver to Montreal when we're going overseas just so he could meet up with the rest of us, so that he had somebody who could lead him overseas.
Yeah, that would be me too. That was my first time kind of going overseas, so I was a little nervous. Then I have Rasmus Anderson saying, buddy, you're going to get lost at Frankfurt airport. I know you're done. And I'm like, oh no, I can't miss my flight. I don't know what's going on. And they had us on buses. They were busing us to different terminals, and it was it was too much for me. Yeah.
Do you think any of that has to do with our Italian heritage and our mums did everything for us, or?
Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that.
Yeah. So you get over there and you're in quarantine, and the team is stumbling all over the place. Like, are you thinking at all like, man, this might be over before I get started here?
Yeah, I was thinking that big time. I was lucky enough to go watch the third game in the arena, but then so that was good to get out. But once we lost that, I'm like, oh man, they're 0-3 here. I don't even know if we can make it into quarterfinals right now, let alone whatever we're expecting to win gold. We might not make it into quarterfinals. So that was going through my mind. I'm like, oh gosh, I came all this way, and I'm not going to be even playing in meaningful games, right? So I was a little nervous there. But then once I got in and I was able to play, it was just an awesome feeling.
Now, when you jump in the lineup, Gerard Gallant, the head coach, puts you with Connor Brown and Adam Henrique, and I don't recall, did it take 30 seconds and you guys were on the board, something like that? Yeah. Like, it had to feel unbelievable just to get in the game and then bang, you're on the sheet right away.
Yeah, and I think that was just a big goal for our whole team. It was Brownie going to the net, I'm pretty sure, and he just got in with his skates. But it was just they were having problems kind of scoring and everything like that. So puck luck wasn't there for us. And then I think it was just a simple play. It was D-to-D, I think, puck to the net or something like that. And Brownie was there for the rebound, hit off him and in. And that just got our whole team going and gave us confidence. And that I think fourth game was big for us, just to, win and just, like I said, gain confidence and have belief in ourselves.
Andrew, you've had 2 successful NHL years in a row, and you can get on a heater. Like most scorers, when you score, like they seem to come. Have you been on one like this? Like so many, so fast. It seemed like you scored every goal for Canada for 4 games.
Yeah, no, this was a pretty fun tournament, I'd say, right? Yeah, I scored whatever maybe in junior and all that, and got on some heaters. But this was on the world stage to score like that, and it was big goals. I think just at the right time for our team, and obviously I got to give credit to Brownie and Henrique. I think those two guys are really good hockey players. They're really smart, and it was easy for me to just go in and just play my game and be comfortable playing my game. So those two guys, yeah, like I said, they're really good hockey players. It made it easy for me.
I played on 3 of those teams, and there was always a guy or 2 or 3 that you learned about off the ice. Sure, on the ice, but off the ice, you're like, oh man, this guy is not what I thought. He's fun. Yeah. He's like, you guys were stuck together. You were card playing, or I don't know what else you were doing, Xboxing or whatever. Like, who is there a guy or 2 like that?
Yeah, there was like Nick Paul. I played against him in North Bay and all that. So there was some heated arguments before that on the ice, and kind of was nervous kind of going into this. And he's a funny guy. He's a character. He's telling jokes every 3 minutes, getting all the guys laughing and everything. Brownie, I kind of knew Brownie through Toronto over here, so sometimes I skated with him. The other guy would be Troy Stetcher. I didn't really know him going into it at all, and then playing with Tanev, he kind of put in a good word to both of us, saying, "Hey, you're gonna like this guy." So then we kind of drifted to each other, and yeah, he's a great guy. And it's just, there's a lot of great guys on that team that I didn't know anyone on that team, so it was just great opportunity for me just to go there and meet guys, meet management. Shane Doan gave me the call, and it was just all around unbelievable just experience for me.
You mentioned Stetcher really quickly. That like, where does I can't even believe he pulled that move out. It was unbelievable that it was him too.
Yeah. And I was yelling at him on the ice. I dropped it to him, and I'm yelling, "Shoot!" Okay, he's gonna shoot it, and then he made a nice fake, and then I'm like, "Okay, shoot again," and then he's putting it between his legs. He does it. He seeks another guy, and I'm like, "Oh my god!" And then he finally made a nice pass over, and it was just an unreal play. And I was losing my mind on the ice, just saying, "Hey, just get it to the net. Let's get a shot out of this," right? But it's a great play by him, and so happy that we won that game too.
Tell us about Gerard Gallant. He's a really, well, as I know him, a really good person, a really good guy. What's he like as a coach?
Yeah, he is a great guy, right? I think he wants the best for you, wants the best for the team, and he wants to win, and that's always great in a coach. But yeah, he was a good coach for us. He's calmed us down when we needed to be calmed down. He was kind of laid back when he needed to be laid back, and that made us easier for us to play, right? But if you messed up or taking long shifts or something like that, he'll let you know, which is rightfully so. So he's a good coach, and whoever kind of lands him is going to be I think a lucky team here.
All right. Well, we've talked a bit about your goals, Andrew, and the success that you had. Obviously, I mean, a dream come true to represent your country and win gold, but individually, tournament MVP, which, I think I read a quote somewhere where you felt like it was a little unexpected. You might have been the only one at the tournament who didn't expect it. And then on top of that, you score the overtime winner, as we've talked about, in the quarterfinals over Russia, and then 2 more in the semifinal against the Americans to advance. So if you're plotting the perfect scenario for an individual performance on a world championship stage, wouldn't that be it as a Canadian? I mean, you score the overtime winner against the Russians, 2 more to beat the Americans, and then you celebrate gold and the aftermath, which includes a tournament MVP. It's hard to write a better script overall than that.
Yeah, looking back on it, it was pretty cool, right? Obviously, you got the history there with the Russia and the States and everything like that. So to be able to help the team and score those goals when I did, it was just an unreal moment. I think US kind of felt a little bit more awesome for me, just because I'm playing Kevin LeBanc, and he was my go-to guy, and Barry there, right? Yeah. So I was playing him, and I was laughing basically after the game. But yeah, so it was honestly a great tournament, and then the MVP just on top was it was awesome. But like I said, I think Connor Brown or even Adam Henrique, they were both both right there. They both easily could have won the MVP trophy as well. Those, like I said, those two are great players, and we kind of did this as a line. So it was awesome.
How heavy was that thing? Like that MVP award
heavy.
was like this big block of crystal. I mean,
Yeah,
how'd you get it home?
Here. I don't know if you want to see it.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Yeah. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty big, pretty heavy, but it's nice.
Now, are you lugging that around with you now for day to day here?
Yeah,
I think you
keep it in my back pocket. No, I had to lug this through the airport, and that wasn't easy. I was wondering how I was going to pack it, and then I'm like, this doesn't fit anywhere. So then had to carry it on the plane and tape it up, and all the guys are giving it to me, just thinking that I'm like showing it off or whatever, and giving it to me. So that was awesome. But yeah, it was a little heavy to lug through the airport.
Well, you should ride that, man. That's an unbelievable achievement.
No, thank
you. You mentioned Kevin LeBanc in Barrie. You played for the late Dale Hawerchuk. Just an amazing player in person. Can you tell us a bit about Dale from your eyes?
Yeah, like you said, Dale's an awesome guy, awesome person. He always wanted the best for you. I would still talk to him after my days in Barrie, and he would still be guiding me, and he was like my mentor. I would call him if I needed help or if I had a question for him. I would see him in the summer. He only lives probably 15 minutes from me. So I would still go golfing with him and, his son, Ben. And yeah, it was a very sad day when he passed. But yeah, he always wanted the best for you. And honestly, I don't think I would be in the NHL if it wasn't for him. He gave me the opportunity, really, and the whole Barrie organization gave me the opportunity when nobody else was, right? I was a smaller forward, just playing AAA hockey, and, he saw something in me, and yeah, he's an awesome guy, and I can't say, too much nice things about him. Like he's an awesome guy. I don't know. I kept speechless that I'm still shocked that, he's not here with us anymore.
When you're playing in Barrie and you're starting to ring up the points and you're a smaller guy and you can see other guys are getting talked about more than you, and you're like, man, wait a minute, what about me? What about me? And was there a point where you were like, I don't know if anybody's noticing, or was there a point where you're like, you know what, I can do this? Or was there one of each?
It was probably one of each, right? I think I had a lot of confidence. I thought I'm like, okay, yeah, smaller player, but still putting up points, still doing good. But yeah, there was a lot of times where I said, I don't know, maybe just don't know what it is, but people aren't really noticing me. Like you said, I went through the whole first NHL draft, sat there in Philly, and didn't get selected. And I was told, yeah, don't worry, you're going to be going. And then I was like, okay. And then my next year after that, I was sitting there for the first 6 rounds, and then even my dad even said to me, hey, sorry for bringing you back here again, because honestly, we didn't think we were getting drafted. And then as he said that, I think 2 picks later, I was selected. So yeah, there was multiple times where I was saying, I don't know if I'm going to be even picked in this draft, or, even be invited to camp or show anyone what I got. Right. And thankfully the Flames gave me a chance, and, it's working out for, I'd say, both of us.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew, a couple of years ago, you guys played Colorado in the first round, and that was really the first time on an extended basis I got to watch you play. And I was like, oh my God, where did this guy come from? Like, your energy on the ice, I thought, was contagious. Have you always played like that? Because it seems now like your jump to the game aside is what pushes your skill. Like, it's not the other way around.
Yeah. And I'd say that, right? I think me being a smaller player, I just want to be as hard as I can on the puck, be energetic, get in there, battle. That Colorado series was easy to get up for, I'll tell you that. And that was incredible, just all the fans. And I kind of missed that part of the game, being able to hear the playoffs, and, it was just a crazy atmosphere in that aspect. But yeah, it was that's just the type of game I play. It's someone's always watching you, someone's always playing. Act like it's your kind of last shift all the time, last game. because that's I don't know, that's always been my mentality. I don't know if it's just because I'm small or kind of how I was raised and just the path I've been on, but I got to give it my all every shift, and that's what I try to do.
You guys went through a coaching change, which for those that have never done that is just chaotic beyond belief. I mean, from one day somebody's in charge, the next day somebody else is in charge. When Daryl Sutter calls you up for your Zoom call before he actually could take over, what's that like? Had you ever come across Daryl before? He's got a way about him, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. Well, his brother is kind of the player development, so kind of knew him, I guess, maybe through that way. But yeah, I never knew Daryl himself. But yeah, it was. He's a good coach, right? I kind of like his style in a way because he'll push you. He's going to push you to your max, and that's what you want. He wants to win, and everybody else wants to win, and he's going to try to push our guys and push yourself to be the best player you can be, right? I think that, his big thing is work ethic and, have it heart and compete. And, if you do that on a regular basis, there's going to be no problem. And, you listen to his structure and everything like that. But he's going to be a good coach for us, I think. And he's going to push us and be the best players that we can be. And, that's what hopefully pushes us to the next level. And, we can start being in the playoffs consistently and start winning playoff games and hopefully go on a run and win the cup.
You're back home finally. You're able to move around a little bit. What does the next few weeks look for? Is it just relax? Is it golf? Is it bring that trophy everywhere? Or what do you got to do?
Hopefully a little bit of all three of those.
What's your handicap?
Sorry.
What's your handicap?
Oh, no. I'm not very good. I'll tell you that. I don't even know my handicap because I'm not that good.
Oh, you better get to work, man. You better get to work.
Yeah. I like the game. I'll go with a few buddies, have some fun out there. And hopefully this year, I think I'm going to get a membership and start really getting down to my game. So I ordered some new set of clubs. So hopefully that'll help. And actually,
it's always the weapons, Andrew. It's not the guy.
My old clubs are from actually Dale Howardchuk, so he gave me those to play. Nice. So I figured maybe I should retire those ones. They're a little bit old, and I get some new clubs.
First round, are you going to cart around the tournament MVP trophy?
Maybe actually, but if
it's your buddies, you have to. You have to.
You gotta get them to carry it around, so we'll see.
Hey, Phil Mickelson can do it. You can do it, man.
Yeah, I saw that. That was good. Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should do the same video there.
Absolutely. We'll long till you here on the web.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, sorry to jump. What are you going to do now? Like, what are you going to do for summer training? How do you get ready for next year to be ready to go? Finally, looks like it'll be a normal start time, a normal training camp, that sort of thing.
Yes. So I'll probably take a week or two off here, and then I train with Andy O'Brien down in Toronto. So he's a great guy there. So they got a pretty good setup, work out there, and then they got connections on ice. So I'll be going on ice with them, and there's a lot of good, I guess, NHL players that go there. So it's a great setup, and Andy's a smart guy, and again, he pushes you to be the best that you can be, right? And so obviously I'm going to want to get quicker, faster, stronger. And, that's every summer, right? So I'm going to go head back there, and, it's going to be a good summer.
Well, good for you. Obviously, you've got a lot more motivation to work with going into the off season, coming off the World Championship, and looking forward to another good year with the Calgary Flames. Thanks for doing this. We know you're busy. You've got a lot of media engagements based on the win and everything that's going on, but enjoy as much downtime as you can, Andrew.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for having me.